YouTube. Good morning to you. I hope you're having a good day. I got a few things I want to go over with you this morning if I could. I think they would be pretty helpful in your endeavors, whatever they may be. Before we go any further, there's an old saying that I'd like to quote that my mother had. And mother said that there was an owl who sat in an oak. The more he heard, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Wasn't he a wise old bird? I like that. That's my mother used to say that. But I want to go over some books that I have. I have a library full. That's about half of what I had. I got rid of a lot of them. But there's this little book. It's called The 2-Ounce Backpacker. And pretty nice little book. And if you're into the survival, this is a nice magazine. It's called The American Survival Guide. I like it. They've changed it up a little bit, but it's still basically the same thing. And then I like to smoke some meat, and it's a nice little book right here that you can get. I've had this book for probably 3 years, 2 or 3 years, maybe a little longer. And then this is an interesting fellow right here. This is Tom Brown Jr. Tom Brown Jr. has a lot of books. This is Tom Brown's Field Guide to Wilderness Survival. He has a lot of books. I like Tom Brown Jr. He's probably, he's been around a long time. I've known of him for a long time. I'd like to meet him. And then you get you a set of these. And if you're into homesteading, modern or old school, Foxfire may be right up your alley. It's a really, really good book. And then I was never in the military, but I do like their reading. And this is Department of Army Field Manual. And I just thought I would show you that. I have several that I've gotten. I've got them at a flea market. And I've had them for a long time. They do have some very interesting reading in them also. And this is one of my favorite books. This is a Field Guide to Wild Edible Plants by Bradford Angler. And this is a very interesting book right here. It's just a really good all-around book. But this is an interesting book that I found a couple of months ago, back in the summer. And I got it at a visitor center at Caesars Creek in Ohio. And it's called Wood Stove Cooking. This is pretty neat. I haven't really got to read this yet, but it's got a lot of recipes in it for cooking on a wood stove. It's pretty neat. I'm going to try some of those. But I'm sure you've all seen this book. This book's been around quite a while. I've had this book for probably over 40 years. My wife gave me this book when we first got married. But this book is old school, but with a modern flair. And or you can put a modern twist on it for sure, but it has knowledge and skill that are extremely valuable in this one book right here. But there's some things, I've seen a lot of videos where people, it has blacksmithing. I've seen people I did see a video where a lady was cooking from one of the recipes, I think, in this out of this book, and I would have to go back and research the videos to who that was and what it was she was cooking. But it was a very knowledgeable person, by the way. Her and her husband, very knowledgeable. The two people. I know who it was. I'm not going to give them a shout out. They may not want that. So I'm going to kind of watch on the shout outs there a little bit. Was bad. But real quick, it's got blacksmithing again. I mean, chair making. It's this book. It's probably got more knowledge in it than canning. I mean, it just the list goes on and on and on. Fruits and vegetables, how to identify it. Trees. I mean, it's just if you're looking to give somebody a Christmas present, this would be the ultimate Christmas present right here. But real quick, in the back of this book, there's like a nursery rhyme. There's a bunch of them in there, but I'd like to read you this one, and it's my favorite. I like it pretty much, and it does have a little meaning. I like old school sayings, and especially the ones that have some meaning about them and get you to think. But perhaps this will get some people to think about some things. And just a silly nursery rhyme, but it does have some meaning, I think. It's called Johnny Over the Ocean, Johnny Over the Sea. Johnny broke a milk bottle, blamed it on me. I told Ma, Ma told Paul, Johnny got a licking, ha ha ha. I really like that. I like that. And that's in this, again, that's in this book. And there's a lot of interesting reading in this book. I mean, if you're getting a piece of land or, you know, if you have to live off somebody else's land or, you know, I mean, you don't even have to have a piece of land. And I'm going to make a video on that. A lot of people think that, you know, you have to have a farm or an actual homestead to homestead. No, that's not. I don't believe that's true. The more you have, the more you can do. Let's say it that way. But I know a couple, and I'm not going to mention their name either, that they live in Washington, and they do more on, I think, 1/3 of an acre. It is just unbelievable the amount of food and the things that this couple is doing just on a small parcel of land. It's just it's very interesting. Again, I want to be careful with the shout outs there. I'm not sure that people would want me to perhaps give them a shout out, but they're just an awesome couple. And they got recipes that are old school. They're really into some old school things. And actually, the guy, this is pieces woodworking. This is a leather burnishing tool. The guy made it for me. Did a very, very good job on it. And I really appreciate that piece of work too. I use it every day that I'm working. But you know, if you're kind of stuck in the house in the winter, or you've got your downtime from your hiking and whatever's going on, and one of the most valuable things that you can have, and it's free, is knowledge and skill. And again, I would hope that maybe you check some of these books out. I've got an awful lot of books. I don't want to get them all down, but I just thought I'd go over a few of them with you this morning. And let me say thanks for watching, and I do hope you comment. I really hope you subscribe to my channel. And You know, my channel is, I want to say we're just learning together. We learn from each other. And you never get too old to learn, that's for sure. So, again, thanks for watching. God bless, and I hope you have a very good day.